Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time.
All right, I am Zoe. I'm the Dreaded Trainer. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at the Dreaded Trainer. And I'm here with Aaron with Arizona K9 Rescue. So we are just going to talk about kind of like what the rescue is dedicated to. So Aaron, can you kind of give us like a general overview of like what the rescue does, kind of the mission of the rescue?
Yeah, of course. So we are a all-breed rescue, but we focus mainly on pit bulls or chihuahuas, senior dogs now, medical dogs as well. We do a lot of community outreach and Spayneuter clinics as well in low-income communities. But those are our three main areas that we work on: is rescuing seniors, spay neuter, and community outreach.
Okay, so I know why pits, obviously pits have a bad rep in society, but tell us more about the rescuing of chihuahuas, because in my mind, I'm like, oh, everybody wants a chihuahua.
Yeah, honestly, like they have just as bad of a reputation as pit bulls do too. Just, they're not as big dogs, they're little dogs, but everybody considers chihuahuas to be super yappy, super bitey, and yes, they can be, but they're really not all that way either, though. She's about a year old, and she's just the best little girl.
Super chill.
But yeah, they have there's just as many of them as there are pit bulls as well, too. Pit bulls and chihuahuas are just like at
same kind of numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Especially even in the valley.
Yeah. I mean, pit bulls are still going to be your top breed, but then chihuahuas are a close second, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
So what kind of got you guys specializing in the medical cases and senior dogs as well?
We enjoy it, honestly. Like we've been doing it for a long time now, and I have the background to kind of help with the medical process and kind of know what's going on with them. And it's something that we enjoy, to give them a second chance.
Okay, yeah. What about your background kind of gives you that leverage?
I have been in the veterinarian field as well for going on 8 or 9 years now. I started with a mobile Spayneuter Clinic, and then moved to our vet opened a clinic up north that I worked with her at, and then I've been working at VetMed, which is an emergency clinic now, for like 3 years.
Okay, wow. So have you ever like rescued dogs from your own clinic?
We have, yeah. It happens a lot, unfortunately, like when owners can't afford it and they're faced with a $10,000 vet bill versus $200 just to euthanize them, and they don't want to do that, but they can't afford. Not everybody can afford that.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, we've been in the position quite a bit where we are either able to. We took a pregnant dog that wasn't able to have the puppies. She had to have a C-section.
Okay.
And we worked with that family to give us the puppies. We would pay for the mom's surgery and give the mom back to her family. And we would adopt the puppies out when they were fixed and spayed and neutered and ready to go into homes. So we've done that. Yeah, that worked great. And then we also have been in the position where they just can't afford it. Or we just took a senior dog named Jinx. He's a 12-year-old pit bull from there as well. And his family just wanted to euthanize him because he was 12 and they were moving and didn't want to travel with him.
Oh, way, okay.
So he was healthy otherwise, and they just didn't want to have to travel in a car with him.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, wow. No, that's intense. So how many years have you been doing rescue specifically?
AZK9, we've been doing it 11 years now.
Okay.
And Courtney and I did individual stuff before that for a few years. I was supposed to go to work for Best Friends in Utah. That never happened because we started AZK9 in the meantime. So it's been altogether probably 13 years.
Yeah, so Courtney told me yesterday about her favorite case being, I believe, Lotus.
Lotus,
So I do want to hear what your favorite case has been since you started rescue.
Honestly, there's a lot, I would say. I guess maybe Vera was one of our dogs that we kept that we rescued, and we were just walking the shelter one day and saw her laying on the kennel with a bloody mass on her belly, same as Lotus kind of, but she was actually in the shelter. And we ended up keeping her for us, thinking we would just give this dog, who is obviously not healthy, a couple weeks in a home and give her a good life. And she ended up living for, I want to say, 2 or 3 years and passed away from the cancer and valley fever on top of that as well. But it's just these dogs who you think you're just going to give a couple days to in a home, a week into a home, and just give them that life that you don't know if they've ever had or not. And then they surprise you and they're like, oh, I'm in a home now, I'm good. Like, I want to live for a little bit longer, you know?
So how many personal dogs do you guys have?
I mean, before the rescue started, we had, even this is before the rescue even started, so we had about 8 before the rescue started. We've lost a lot of those originals. We have, Courtney has 2 of her originals still, and then I have 3 of mine, or 2 of mine now as well. And then we kept her And so our pack is always changing. Like,
yeah.
So we have like 4 originals left, and then 3 that have joined it since then, and then a couple seniors who aren't going to go anywhere. So it's always fluctuating.
So I'm assuming a handful of these are foster fails.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about. Maybe...
She was a foster fail.
Gotcha.
I told Courtney she was at the Spayneuter Clinic, and Courtney sent me a photo of her, and she's like, "The owner can't find her a home, doesn't want her. Can I bring her home?" I'm like, "No, we don't need a Chihuahua. She looks scared. We don't want her." And then she brought her home, and 3 days later, I'm like, "Yeah, so
this is my dog now."
This is my dog.
So her mother, I'm assuming, had a litter at the clinic?
Correct. And so we fixed the mom and a couple other pets in that family for that family that own them. And then they were looking to find her a new home, and we decided to help them as well. But at least her parents are fixed. No more accidental litters.
Yeah.
Put an end to the cycle.
Yeah.
She got fixed, and we kept her.
Yeah. So when is you guys' next spay and neuter clinic going to be in the Valley?
Courtney does 2 a month. I'm not sure when the date actually is, but she does 2 a month.
Okay. So people can really. So do you guys move?
So she does one. They're both kind of downtown, kind of South Phoenix. One is at our original clinic neighborhood, which is 39th Avenue in McDowell.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a business there that allows her to host it there, and then one of them is at one of the City of Phoenix buildings near 16th Street in Roosevelt.
Okay. So around the Valley, like, and I know you guys mainly rescue in Maricopa.
Yeah.
So kind of tell us about like partnerships that you guys have going on, or maybe future or past partnerships.
Yeah, so we partner quite a bit with, we have our veterinary partners that we partner with. We have our main vet who is wonderful. We worked with her since the very beginning. She's up in Sedona now though, so it's not as easy to get to her if an emergency or anything.
Yeah.
She's been up there for like 6 years now, but we'll still go up there once or twice a month with a van full of dogs and get them checked out. So we partner with our local vets up there. Vet Med is another one we partner with down here. Our sponsors here today, we actually have a good relationship with all of them as well. Angela, who just opened the Baklava Bewitching Kitchen, it's called. Like, she's been a volunteer of ours for years and just opened her own business, so she's able to come out now. We partner with County and Humane Society to take dogs from them as well, so we have partnerships there. And then I know Courtney talked about the mobile, Dr. Kelly's mobile is a big one as well because they do all of our clinics for us. And as far as that, we do Nutrisource. We've been feeding our dogs Nutrisource since the rescue started.
At the Peoria Pet? Okay.
And so Nutrisource has been great for us. They sponsor every single year and give us dog food throughout the year and stuff. So that's a great partnership to have when we need it.
They actually gave me some free dog food. I was like super excited to try it. So about adoption events, like, how often do you host it? Maybe when's the next time you're going to host one?
Our adoption events are kind of more bigger events like this.
Okay.
We don't really do a lot of the smaller, like, weekly adoption events at stores anymore, just because we have a lot of senior dogs and they don't do great there for 3 or 4 hours at an event. So we don't really do a lot of those type of events anymore. We do kind of farmers markets sometimes, things to get more exposure to our dogs rather than going to these big dog-related events where there's just hundreds of dogs that are looking for a home, because then it's hard with senior pit bulls to compete with cute puppies or the different breeds that are there. So, but as far as that, we don't really have much just like weekly adoption events. So I don't know when the next one's going to be, like, right now. Okay.
No, completely understood. And so can people, is a part of your rescue people just kind of like pulling up to the rescue and maybe taking a look, or do we have to do an event?
There's appointments. We do appointments. Just because with all the dogs being kind of in that one location, or most of the dogs being in that one location, we have an email process first. So they can email us, we'll send in an application, they'll fill out an application, send it back, and then we'll set up a time to have them come over to meet the dogs. Or dog, if they only want to meet one. If they send an application in and they're wanting to meet a dog who's not a good fit, we'll give them other fits and have them meet a couple dogs at that time.
So people should go to the website to fill out the application and then. Okay, fantastic. And so just lastly, can you tell us kind of the, once we get the application filled out, once we get the appointment time, what's the adoption process and kind of how long does it seem to take?
So our process is a little bit different than just going to adopt from the shelter, where you just take the dog home the same day with you and do your own intro. So we're actually very involved in the adoption process and helping you transition the dog of ours into your home. So we'll set up the initial meet and greet. If you have another dog, you can bring it at that point, or if you want to meet the dogs first on your own, you're more than welcome to just come and meet the dog, and then we'll set up a second one and bring your dog at that time if you like the dog, so you're not wasting your time with your dog, and bring him out if you don't know you want to adopt it yet. So then if the meet and greet goes well, the dogs get along well, we do home checks.
Okay.
Not invasive at all, just kind of know where our dogs are going to be, and if there is dogs, we'll help with the dog intro in your home where your dog's comfortable at, make sure it doesn't change any of the dynamic at all.
Yeah.
And then if that goes well, we'll do a 30-day foster trial.
Okay.
So you have the dog for 30 days. We provide the food, the crate, everything the dog has at our house, we bring with them to transition them so they have everything they need.
Yeah.
And then you have 30 days, because it does take a little bit of time for a dog to adjust.
For
You
sure.
can't just expect to throw, we can't expect to throw these two together and be like, oh, they're good right off the bat.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you need to watch little things here and there.
Yeah.
Sometimes as our dog gets comfortable in the home, the previous dog's like, hey, wait, I'm not comfortable with you being here.
Yeah.
So we give 30 days for them to adjust and make sure things are going well. And then if everything goes well after those 30 days, we'll set up a time to come out and finalize again, give all the paperwork and everything like that. So it's a little bit of a longer process, but I think it works out better. So we're actually involved to help with intros, to give you that 30 days to make sure you're not just rushing into a decision because you like the way a dog looks
Right.
and that the dog fits in. If you have kids, cats, dogs, sometimes it's a little bit of a process to adjust.
Yeah, no, I love that hands-on
Yeah.
approach, because you do hear it a lot where they bring home a dog and then they don't get along with the dog at
Yeah.
home, and now we're back at the
Yeah.
shelter or the rescue. So
Yeah.
I absolutely adore that you guys just invest that kind of time
Yeah.
into the dogs that you take care of. And so right now, if you can count, how many dogs do you have at the rescue?
In our rescue right now, I would estimate we have around 30 dogs up for adoption.
Up for adoption right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And any
Yeah.
coming up for adoption soon?
We have our eyes on a couple dogs. Courtney has her eyes on a couple dogs to take into the rescue. As far as dogs going into home soon, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, you guys heard it here, folks. You got 30 dogs
30
to choose from
dogs.
at AZK9 Rescue. So I would say, I mean, who is it? Jiminy. Stole
Jiminy,
our
yeah.
heart, so I'm still trying to
Oh my God, yeah.
pull some strings on my end to see if I can't, whisk him into my home. But
Yeah.
definitely check out this rescue. They are dedicated
Yeah.
to the rescue craft. It's special kind of people running this thing. So definitely check out their website, their Instagram. Check out the dogs that they have up for adoption as well.
Thank you.
No way! I did it again? Oh, stop.
I love that 10 minutes on a dot thing. That's the trick.
Shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake it all the time. Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake, shake, shake.